You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening on a Tuesday. We've got Mr. Dan Farris joining us right now for the one and only bonus hour.
There's a reason it's the only one and only.
We really do like this bonus hour.
Bonus hour, yeah. It's kind of it's a flashback, kind of a memory lane morning for me. I don't know where you guys were in 1977. I'm guessing
crib somewhere.
Maybe taking your first steps, possibly. But it was this day in 1977. The Debbie Boone classic, "You Light Up My Life," hit number one.
Oh yeah.
That song would stay number one for 10 weeks.
Really?
Wow.
Possibly.
That's an impressive run.
Yeah. And then it became a number one hit again by Trisha Yearwood and then again by Leanne Rimes.
Because
like at the same time.
Really, what an amazing song. It was certainly an emotional 10 weeks in my life.
Was it really? Did you have a Debbie Boone poster hanging on your wall?
Well, who didn't, John?
Did you have a Pat Boone poster hanging next to that?
Pat Boone, possibly the whitest man ever to be born. You light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my nights with song.
Oh, thank you.
Then you just repeat that 87 times. But repeat
lyrics.
It louder every time you sing it, and that's primarily the entire song.
That is. That really is.
10 weeks.
I thought you were just telling us that, but no, you're reading lyrics.
1977. Actually, I was a headbanging maniac in North Minneapolis. I think I was 19 years old, and
you're probably unaware that song even existed.
Oh,
then.
if it came on, I just bought a new car. It was that abrupt for me.
This radio is
This is what my radio's doing.
Something wrong with this.
We're just switching out here.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you tuning your radio to this station and listening to whatever this stuff is that's going on now.
Professional broadcaster mode, John. I smell a Marconi Award coming John's way.
I smell macaroni, maybe, but not Marconi. All right, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, little radio rangers. Oh, you little scamp. Well, it was pretty spotty opening the old pheasant season over the course of the weekend. Residents only pheasant hunt across the great state of South Dakota. Weather-wise, if people were up north, they were slogging through some snow, and west river certainly looked a whole lot different. So, yeah, it was kind of catch, Kim, but I understand, as far as we know, nobody got shot in the face, which means former Vice President Dick Cheney is, not a resident. But this is a little interesting critter knowledge for you, little radio rangers, if you're into the pheasant hunt. Did you know, and I think this is pretty darn interesting, did you know the great state of South Dakota is the only state that allows the hunting of its state bird?
No kidding.
I did not.
It's the only one. So I dug into it a little bit, our neighbors around the Midwest primarily, because I kind of got to thinking, well, I wonder why that is. Well,
what are their state birds?
Take this into account. In Iowa, it's the eastern goldfinch.
Well, they'd be hard to shoot anyway.
Wouldn't be much left if you did.
Well, I got to tell you what, you give a 10-year-old boy his first BB gun, he's going to figure out how to take down a goldfinch.
He better be a crack shot.
Why, a goldfinch, that's pretty much for elderly women to have in a cage in their darn living room. Now, this is fascinating. State of Nebraska, state bird, the western meadowlark.
Really?
I guess I knew that.
Wyoming, the state bird, the western meadowlark.
You're
What?
kidding me.
North Dakota, the state bird, the western meadowlark.
The western meadowlark has a really good agent.
And there is a ton of them. So listen to this. I did a little more searching. I'm sure everybody we know, especially you little radio rangers, you're a big fan of the McNugget.
Oh, yeah.
That mystery food stuff that you just throw in the microwave.
It's a chicken McNugget, right?
Yeah, well, you take Nebraska with the western meadowlark. Turns out they got a poultry processing plant right there in New Rockford.
Really?
Wyoming has one in Casper. And Nebraska has Tyson Foods, the king of chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
in Omaha.
So maybe that's what these western meadowlarks really are.
Coincidence? I have no idea. What I do know is Wisconsin, their bird, their state animal, their state tree, and their state flower are all cheese-based or Leinenkugel beer. So. That's it for today's program. Little radio rangers, remember to stay in school, say your prayers, go to church, eat your vegetables, which is Ranger Dan code for bacon. Don't play soccer, don't be wearing crack. It's Ranger Dan out. Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Ranger Dan.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner right here on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris. Water Cooler Talk brought to you by Aqua One. You look very confused once again, sir.
Well, no, it's just, normally I'll find, a hard-hitting story. I dig into the dark underbelly of Sioux Falls.
I know, yeah. You do.
I walk the crime beat.
Scary place.
Whatever. And
you got to wear that bulletproof vest.
That's it. This is a little bit different. We're going back in time. The year was 1969. This very, very day is coming to be known as Vietnam Moratorium Day, and I do remember this. It was this day in 69, millions of people around this country pretty much took to the streets. They left schools, they left work, everything else nationwide protesting the Vietnam War. Flash ahead 50 years over the course of this weekend. Dateline, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Vietnam veterans of the Midwest Honor Flight's Mission 6 welcomed home Saturday night.
Nice.
By a huge crowd out at the airport.
That's awesome.
They all got flown free of charge to go visit the memorials and everything else.
Beautiful.
And according to a couple of those Vietnam veterans that did get interviewed, they said, hey, this was a really nice welcome home.
Yeah.
Because 50 years ago, it
didn't
sure
get that.
wasn't.
Yeah, they
Nope.
didn't get
It
a great
sure
welcome
wasn't.
home.
And then strangely enough, because everything cycles, rearing her strange head, Jane Fonda, back in the news. And if you don't know,
this.
she came to be known as Hanoi Jane during the Vietnam War, when she sided basically with the North Vietnamese, referred to our returning POWs as hypocrites and liars and everything else. She's back in the news now. She has moved to Washington, D.C. Every single Friday, she's going to stand on the Capitol steps with climate change activists and get arrested. In fact, she was arrested this past Friday.
Okay.
So, and I just try not to be judgmental and not take sides, but I'm pretty sure Jane Fonda is why God created tasers.
I don't like her.
Yeah, wait, we like all activists, Heidi. We like all activists. We like all traitors. We do, especially the stubby-legged ones.
Oh, my apology tour starts today. Thanks.
Get us out of this, John.
Yeah. You guys don't know how tough it is out there.
Like out there.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. See, when I put Heidi and Dan next to each other, mayhem ensues.
It is not my fault.
Yeah, sure it's not.
Kind of bizarre chemical reaction.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rate. rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thank you for listening to Sunny 93.3. We've got a really cool contest that's going on right now where you'll have a chance to win new countertops from our friends at Moda Stone. That wraps up this weekend. They're going to be at the Ladies Expo event that's coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know
How
if it's,
great is that giveaway?
Yeah,
Holy
it's really cool.
cow.
So we kind of kicked it off at the Home Expo last weekend, like 2 weekends ago, and then we're going to wrap it up here this coming weekend. So you can sign up online if that's easier for you. sunnyradio.com. You'll see a thing right on the main page. Click on there and register. And then if you go into their store on 69th Street, just east of Cliff Avenue, you can register there as well. And if you sign up once online and once in person, that's good. And then if you go see them at the expo thing this weekend, you can do that and sign up again. So more chances to win. But I encourage you to do that if you need more info. All of the details at sunnyradio.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's get serious. Celebrities are fabulous. Hey, Miley Cyrus has got a new boyfriend. Okay.
What?
Yeah,
What's
she's
going
got a
on? I
new
thought she had a
boyfriend.
girlfriend.
No, she was married, got divorced, and had a girlfriend, then split up with her, and now she's with a guy again.
Okay.
And she says, yeah, he's like, totally my boo.
Has anybody lost interest in
Like
that
totally
yet?
I have. That's why I'm jumping into another story
I
immediately.
thought we were going to talk about
No.
Thank goodness.
No, John Heavens, no.
Good.
What was going on at the box office? Well, what do you think was going on at the
Joker.
box office? That's
The Joker.
right. Joker's Wild, which was a fine game show. The Joker with that Hakeem Phoenix guy. I follow his career closely. Get off me. Made another $55 million over the weekend to clock in at number one. You know, it's only been in release for like 12 days. It's already around $200 million.
I've heard really good things. I
Yeah,
haven't
we
seen
just-
it.
The critiques I've read on it, the critics are going, this thing's pretty darn phenomenal.
Here's the thing that's amazing. I talked to people on both ends of the spectrum. Now, one of the people that I talked to hated it so much they left before the film was done. So I don't know that really counts because you don't know how it ended. And then we have a friend, Thor, who went to it expecting it to be awful, and he said, I actually
But
really
don't you
liked
think that
it.
makes the big difference?
Yeah.
If you're not expecting much, you're always pleasantly surprised. That's
yeah.
why I go through life that way every
It's true.
day.
Expect nothing, and the rest is
Then
bonus,
the rest
man.
is good. It's all gravy.
That's why I hardly ever let her down, Dan. No, she doesn't expect me to do.
It's like, hey, that dog only peed on one of my shoes.
Yeah.
Glass is half full.
You put one of your socks in the hamper. I was expecting you to put none of your socks in the hamper.
So what else is going on? The Addams Family clocks in at number 2, packing in a whopping $30.3 million. Will Smith has a new movie out.
Yeah,
I think I've seen
Gemini.
maybe part of a trailer. Gemini Man wound up, actually under expectations with a paltry $2.5 million.
$2.5 million?
I'm sorry, 20
Oh,
and a
okay.
half. My
Gonna say,
apologies.
wait, that's way under.
But Adam Devine, you know who he is?
Yeah.
Adam Devine?
He's got that movie about a phone.
Well, apparently it's based on artificial intelligence. It's
Yeah.
a comedy called Jexi, Jexi. Okay.
It's kind of making fun of Alexa and
Okay.
Siri, like
Okay.
those kind of things.
All right, you think I'd know this because, I'm the reporter here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that thing was on over 2,300 screens and only pulled in $3 million.
Is that all?
So that's probably.
I want to see that one,
That's
too.
probably a bomber, Rudy, right
Yeah,
there.
that's too bad.
So
And I
meanwhile-
actually do like him. I think he seems like a neat guy.
I don't know him personally, John. It's
I didn't expect you to.
I have my plate full hanging out with Keanu Reeves. I only have so much bromance in this heart, my
Okay,
friend.
that's true. Well, I don't want to get in between you and Kino.
If you want to start writing love letters to Adam Devine, that's your business.
He's not the guy from Maroon 5, by the way. It's somebody different.
Okay.
That's a different Adam. That's Adam Levine.
Okay.
But he gets... Never mind. We'll move on. You had something else there, Dan? Or
that was completely done probably 10 minutes ago, John, but you keep rolling, dude. You got the buttons over there.
Oh, you should push one of them and start a song or something. I don't know what we do now. Stick around. We've got something on the way. Oh, Tuesdays with Charlie. We've got that coming up.
There we go.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris on Sunny.